Hello, hello, hello. Really pray my people are having an amazing, blessed day. I just want to take read this 1 minute fractal in price. I don't really have a daily bias, as you can see, it's very choppy. So I'm just going straight to on 1 minute, trading from inefficiency to inefficiencies and from inefficiencies to liquidity. So as we can see here, we do have two ways in which the market can move. It can either go for buy side or it can either go for sell side. So we have buy side, sell side. We are at the 50% of this range. So I noticing that we are above. It's very difficult. Then we have to go to this range as well. Anyways, let me just do that instead. So from this range created, we retrace 50%. Beautiful. That's I'm buying here. So beautiful. We retrace below 50%, created a swing low, and rapidly repriced higher, breaking a swing high. So the same fractal in price that played out here, to remove this, the same, apologies, the same fractal in price we are seeing here, we wanted to play here from this high to that low. So that's what I'm currently tape reading. Just this fractal nature in price. And if all fails, of course, this is my target. But we'll talk about that when the time is done. So here we go. Then note this instead. That's what I'm studying. So I'm looking to see this price gravitate to the 50% level of it, because technically it's already broken or it's already tipped its hand that it does want to go higher. But I am waiting for time to play a factor. If this swing low gets taken, which is what I'm watching if we're trading from this inefficiency to that liquidity. At first, we wanted to trade this inefficiency to that liquidity, but the market disrespected that and showed that it's actually using this inefficiency instead. And we can watch it go here lower, but if you're still looking for higher prices, this is where you usually get trapped on offside, but it's beautiful to watch. And there are times where it can retrace a lot deeper than you'd want to, 50%, and then you can get the sharp retracement down. That's the thing that can play out within this fractal in price. But if that fails, then definitely this low becomes sus. Now you watch this inefficiency right here and see if that wants to support price and send it lower to take out this swing low. If it disrespects that, we're targeting this high. But since we already know what this is, apologies. Since we already know what this is, what? Again? Okay, there we go. So since we already know what this is, we can kind of look at this from this fractal in price. So we're looking to see this price disrespect this. Once it does it come back, retrace, and then begin the rapid repricing to the upside? Or does the swing high hold, and then we begin to see rapid repricing? Keep your eye on the next coming candlestick. That will be our deciding candlestick. Personally, I would love it to see it rip to the upside, but I'm studying. 40 seconds left. 5 seconds left. Now what I'm watching is the slow. Looking to see does this support price and send it higher. I'll give it 2 minutes to begin the rapid repricing in one direction, preferably higher, but beautiful reaction here at the swing low, at the swing high, came, opened, and then tipped its hand. Then it could be that it's using this level as support to rapid repricing higher, which is what I'd like to see. But if not, what was going to happen is this was going to melt through. Then we begin to see low prices targeting this low. But keep your eye on the bodies closed. Don't mind the expansion. Wait for the bodies to close. That will kind of tell you the story. Notice how the bodies are closing lower. Could signify lower prices, but we're giving it 2 minutes or 1 minute now. It would have been preferred if that body candlestick closed above here, just above this body's candlestick. 30 seconds left. Five seconds. Wait, which is that's what I'm looking at. Bit weird, I know, but it's interesting. that you can watch the bodies of the candlestick. Notice how these are all relatively equal. Trade lower, grab the liquidity, then watch. Does it use this as support, as means to continue the move to the upside, which would prefer, which would be lovely, but it could just use this beautiful swing high to just begin the movement to the downside. But interesting to watch the candlesticks like that. Notice also the sensitivity when it gets here, chips. So it's kind of in that range where it's going to break out in one or the other direction. And if you look at it from a different perspective, where you're looking at bodies, you can see it grabs liquidity there, then it distributes it here. And then if we're to see lower prices, all these swing highs are going to hold, and we're going to rapidly price lower. But that's not kind of what we're expecting. We're expecting for it to continue the movement to the upside, and this is kind of the psychology behind the execution, the tape reading, apologies. Watch the bodies and how they close. I am at work today, so if you are hearing kids in the background, please forgive me. I felt inspired to do this. This is for you, Anil, as well. If you're watching, shout out to you. And this is kind of what you can expect from me next year. Do be this in depth, this detailed, this beautiful. You can give me feedback on how you want your candlesticks to look, because for me it doesn't really matter. It's just preference, I guess, but I prefer it in all black. Helps me focus on the inefficiencies and the liquidities better, because from here I can spot all the inefficiencies, all of them, and I can see which one is it using to support, which one is it using for resistance, and what's the narrative saying. So watch now, does this swing high or the next one before the next 15-minute candlestick begins to print? Watch what happens, and that will kind of be your decider, because this begins a new cycle as well for the 5-minute and the 15-minute, and also the 30. Perspective, really. Just hope my battery doesn't die. So now that we've broken above this inefficiency, so we've officially closed above it, now watch this price come back and respect this to continue higher prices, or does it just leave it open, and that will be preferred, and it just continues the run up. But then if that gets disrespected, that's kind of your last line of defense. That's kind of what I'm looking at. So, but watch the body. So it took liquidity here, beautiful. Even though it didn't take out the high, it took out the bodies. So watch, does it respect this high and continue the run lower, or does it? You look at it from this perspective as well. When we broke into that, did we close above 50%? Yes, so there's high probability we might see continuation of higher prices leaving this gap open, which is what we prefer. But market is moving calm today, so maybe it could do that. Just in case you're wondering, we are in an execution, but I am reading this as it prints with for my group. and you guys will have the luxury of watching me execute. So yeah, but I can't focus with these things on, so apologies. And even with this, I'm losing my stuff here, but I don't need the chance to see these things. I have these levels in my little booklet over here. So, and I'm also focusing on times mostly. Keep your eye on the next minute candlestick, actually the next 2 minutes preferably. So watch, does that continue the cycle higher or does it disrespect? 1 minute left. So the next minute candlestick will be very crucial because if you're looking at this range, there's no inefficiencies. If you're looking at this range, there is no inefficiency but one. So this will be your deciding inefficiency to whether we break to the upside or to the downside. So I'd love to see what happens once we get there. Would have loved it to stay open. So if this same fractal nature in price occurred when we were down here, this would be where I'll put a long execution. For example, if we're looking at it from this perspective and we're looking at it from this range, from this high to that low, where's premium? Premium is below 50%. What's below 50%? It's this inefficiency. So it could be seeking fair value to begin the rapid repricing higher because this is the only price that has not been traded into yet. So that's the reason I'm so hyper focused on it. And also, if you want to go deeper on the range between this low and this high as well, this is below 50%. I think I can remove this. It's a bit too much on the chart. Three-minute time filter. I'd like to see what happens in the next 3 minutes. If it's not rapidly repricing in my direction, could be holding a dog. 15 seconds left. Still giving it 3 minutes, but 15 seconds. I'm expecting movement. There goes my battery life. Now, don't forget we do have orders and executions as well still in play. So we do have a stop right below there. But I'm watching the bodies as well. Notice how the bodies are respecting that level. So I'm looking to see, is it going to use that and then begin the rapid repricing lower, or is it going to create the swing high? But most probably it will begin the rapid repricing lower. Beautiful. Go, put the wicks back. This looks so untidy for me. Can barely focus. So I should trade into this inefficiency here and then begin the movement lower. There we go. It's kind of what I'm looking to see. 1 minute time filter left, so I will be stopped out in the next minute, or it will race in my direction. If not, then it will be now. Like a bit more. Beautiful. Amazing. I think you got more value than you needed. You actually just saw the management of trade setups, trade executions, and being able to read both sides of the marketplace, and using where you are expecting market to respect, you're using that as places to take your partials, and or to kill the position altogether. It will be beautiful to sit and watch this with you, but maybe I can stay till the 7 o'clock hour watching how this candlestick closes, but beautiful. So this whole beautiful run to the downside, I was expecting it to the upside, and the 7 o'clock just begins the kick up, and depending on how we close, whether below 50%, which I hope we do, so that I can close these charts, but that's what I'm looking to see. And then watch it chase these lows, watch it chase all these beautiful lows here, because there's no inefficiency except this one. This could be the only one that causes price to bounce, but the reason price is a bit fickle, even though we have so many relatively equal highs here. So I was targeting, we can remove these. So we had the bodies. I was watching the bodies, not the wicks, the bodies. So we had all those, and I was kind of watching them to see the real gist of the whole execution. But this is just beautiful. So the management of the trade, we bought here. When it got here, I removed 2 contracts as I was anticipating the reversal begins here. This is the smart money reversal. I was off by 1 minute, and it's okay. It's not that deep. Did remove 2 contracts, stop move below, just above break even. Anticipated a retracement, beautiful, because the market can either retrace or reverse, and this was a reversal and not a retracement. So it bounced here, got in on this FEG, beautiful. You watched the way it was just grazing my stop loss. I will send people the screenshots. Then we got rapid repricing higher, beautiful, and we sold here as well, and we were expecting it to continue the content, but we were removing positions as expected. So watch, we traded into this inefficiency, the only one, and this beautiful one, which is the most ideal place for it to go. But tomorrow is non-fund payroll, so you can't really expect price to deliver with beautiful accuracy, even though it does show here a bit. It's just the ability for me to navigate through it, but it's actually more difficult than you would think. But other than that, I hope you guys have a lovely, blessed day. Let me get back to the office, back to the stuff at hand, and I'll continue updating you guys in the group, and just watch how the trade plays out. But I am still targeting those highs today. Still targeting those highs in the SOBV, where I most probably might buy. And even if we go below here, I will check the standard deviation, move from this to that, or from this to that, or from this to that, to see if I can get in a nice entry. But other than that, you guys have a blessed day.